Guys, I'm looking at my notes, and in the big headlines, I have televised house show for Monday Night Raw. That's right. For Monday Night Raw, Veterans Day, November 11th, 2019. From Manchester, England, United Kingdom, we have televised house show. Now, I'm sure the majority of people that watched Monday Night Raw tonight would agree with me that it was nothing more than a televised house show. I'm sure the majority of people that are watching this review right now would agree with me that it is nothing more than a televised house show. I mean, just think about it. We had R-Truth versus both Singh brothers in a 2-on-1 handicap match for the 24/7 championship, in which the crowd booed them out of the arena when they were running backstage. And then we saw Eric Rowan destroy the Singh brothers. The match never ended. We never got a 1, 2, 3 ending of that matchup. We saw Eric Rowan in a squash matchup. We saw Seth Rollins versus Walter. Walter? Some of you all might know who that is. Then again, if you have absolutely no idea about what the NXT UK is about, who's Walter? Because the main roster never says anything about NXT UK. And I understand that is the NXT takeovering the main roster right now, and we are on our way to one of my favorite pay-per-views on the calendar year, the Survivor Series. But I had absolutely no idea who these superstars were tonight from the UK. As a matter of fact, Andrews and Webster taking on the Viking Raiders, they did a good job. They put on a good matchup. But we all knew the Viking Raiders were going to be victorious. And quite frankly, I am glad on what they did there. I am. At least they showed a little package of Andrews and Webster. I did appreciate what WWE did in that aspect. Lana faking being pregnant. Okay. So she comes out, says that the best person she's ever been with over the last 7 weeks has been almighty cringely himself, Bobby Lashley. But Rusev got her pregnant 9 weeks ago. The Bulgarian brute put a disgusting Machka blockhead in her. So that's what we had to listen to for like 15 minutes tonight. Real interesting, huh, wrestling fans? Real interesting. Rusev Day! Alright. The Kabuki Warriors took on Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair. Could the Kabuki Warriors retain their tag team championships against possibly Becky Lynch 2 belts again? And the Queen, Charlotte Flair. Yes, they did tonight. Why? Shayna Baszler and the SmackDown Women's Champion, Bayley. NXT and SmackDown TakeOver, wrestling fans. Both of them coming in and interrupting the tag team championship matchup. All has to do with the Survivor Series. I'm glad this happened, honestly, though, because Charlotte needs to stay with Natalya to capture the gold from the Kabuki Warriors. It doesn't need to be Becky Lynch. So I'm glad that happened. Very glad that happened. Drew McIntyre and Sin Cara. Another squash matchup. Sin Cara being, just tossed around to everybody, that seems to be important on the main roster. He is the jobber. He's the Barry Horowitz of this era. No doubt about that. Drew McIntyre, victorious. Sin Cara didn't even get an entrance. One thing that I really want to talk about, though, tonight on this review, excuse me, is Seth Rollins. Now, I already mentioned the whole Walter thing. I'm not mentioning that again. But WWE and what they did with Seth Rollins. Now, I don't know if you all noticed this, but when Seth Rollins was cutting this promo, and he first came out, and he right before the his music ended, and he had the microphone in his hand, and he started doing this. I can feel the energy. Did y'all notice what WWE did? They cut the fans booing. They toned that down tonight. There's no doubt in my mind they did that. WWE, you are making a huge mistake. Huge. By doing that. Now, there's no doubt in my mind that anybody that's been watching me for any length of time at all, you all know that I'm a Seth Rollins fan. But, look, you're going to make it where fans really turn on Seth Rollins. And you, WWE, want fans to really back him because you want him to be the guy. It's not going to work if you continue to do that. They're going to turn on him like they did Roman Reigns. It's as simple as that. But that was pretty much Monday Night Raw. Y'all let me know what you're thinking in the comments below. Don't forget to become a subscriber today. And make sure you hit that bell button down below as well so you get notifications. Also follow me on Twitter at 2007Webby. Go back and watch anything you've missed. And of course, until I see you again, this is Webby, and I'll catch you on the other side. Talk to you later.